Yeah, so I think I'm gonna answer these fucking new questions. The people who ask questions after the last answers video. Because I just want to gratify them, you know, because I know they had that moment when they're like, damn it, it's probably too late to ask my question, but I'm gonna do it anyway, because maybe. I admire their optimism, or their ignorance of the fact that it was too late. Either one. So, let's see. TJ, if I were to sell children's DVDs, but accidentally switched gay porn into the DVDs, would it be worse if it was two guys fucking and fisting each other, or two women fucking and fisting each other? Well, I don't know. It kind of depends on what you're going for. I'm assuming that if you're doing something like that, it's meant to be this subversive act that's gonna, like, rock fucking, you know, traditional America to its core or some shit. So it'd probably be better for if it was two men, just for that reason, because that'll piss them off slightly more. What is your opinion of Jesse Ventura? I think he's a little crazy, but I agree with him on a lot of things, so I don't know what that says about me, but I agree with a man that I believe to be insane. What's the most you've ever mutilated yourself during a sexual act? I don't think I've ever done anything that qualifies as mutilation. Dear Taroja Kincaid, my uncle, who is a priest, is throwing his life away because he used to be a badass and fun because he was big, and I can't get through. I don't care. It's too long, and it's like depressing or whatever. So no. Who is your favorite anti-hero? And man, you guys will get pissed at me for that. I'll fucking go through it. Jesus Christ. You fucking sons of bitches twisting my fucking arm. My uncle, who is a priest, is throwing his life away because he used to be a badass and fun because he was big into Batman and he had a cool sense of humor, and now he's gotten rid of all his cool Batman stuff. At least he is giving it all to me. Well, you made out then. Why are you fucking trying to make me sad? And he basically just has weird Russian Jesus stuff all over his place and has turned his Batcave room into a small Catholic temple place. And he wants to be a monk, so I feel he is throwing his family away for lies. What should I do? Just, you gotta remind him of his love for Batman, dude. You gotta be like, you know, fuck Jesus. Like, who would win in a fight, Jesus or Batman? I think we all know the answer. It doesn't even take, like, you know in a second. Like, even if you're a Christian, if you're a Christian, you have to answer Jesus. But, you know, if you walk up to a Christian, you say, who would win in a fight, Jesus or Batman? The first fucking thought that pops in their head is the obvious fucking truth. Batman would whoop Jesus' fucking ass. So, I'm just saying. Remind your fucking uncle of that. He might flip his script. Who is your favorite anti-hero in a movie and why? I don't believe in this anti-hero shit. Like, it's such a stupid distinction, like an anti-hero. What does that mean? It means like a hero that actually has like some believable human characteristics. I refuse to call that an anti-hero. That's just a fucking hero, for fuck's sake. Just why do we define it in its opposition to a fucking caricature? A fucking straight-up hero is just a boring fucking character because it's not realistic. You know, it doesn't reflect how human emotions work. So why would you hold something up to that standard? It's fucking stupid. The anti-heroes are just the heroes that are fucking real. Well, that are, you know, genuine emotionally, that are well-written characters. They're the heroes, for fuck's sake. TJ, what are your thoughts on Steven Pinker? I like Steven Pinker. I don't agree with him on everything. But it doesn't really matter what I agree or disagree with. It's fucking science. I mean, one of us is wrong, one of us is right. It's not like his opinion has any more weight than mine, really. I mean, he's supposedly a fucking authority figure, but you know, there's just as many authority figures out there that fucking contradict him, so it's not like that really means anything, right? I mean, the truth is the truth. It doesn't matter whether it comes from the lips of a fucking, you know, bum eating garbage or a fucking PhD. So I'm just saying. I don't know. I'm just a little bit fed up with intellectual elitism. I'll probably be picking a fight with some snooty motherfuckers if I go too far down that path, though. Will you start up a new channel called TJ Does Wife? Yes. I'll start it. I don't know if... I think the part of my wife will have to be played by my hand, because I don't know about Holly's willingness to engage in that sort of thing. But, you know. What is your opinion on Jesse Ventura? I already answered this, you son of a bitch. Trying to ask me the same thing twice. I thought I had a water here. Oh well. I have some watered down rum. That's good enough, I guess. What is your opinion on William Lane Craig? Well, he's fucking stupid. TJ, I want to know how your glasses broke. So I guess I'm asking for Glasses Gate 2013. Glasses Gate, no. The glasses at an unexpected time moved themselves to a location that was not safe for them to be, and they wound up underfoot, and they were crushed because of their ignorance. I don't know why they put themselves there, but it was a bad move. Should we boycott the Sochi, Saki, I don't know, Olympics in defense of gay rights? I don't know. Didn't we have the Olympics in Nazi Germany at one point? I mean, I think we can deal with this. You know, like, I mean, like, really, I think what we have to do is not boycott. We have to go to their country and kick their ass in all the events. And, you know, hopefully we can get a fucking gay athlete to get a gold medal, because then it's like a super fuck you. It's like, you know, when that, I forget his name, but there was a black guy that fucking won a bunch of fucking medals in the Olympics in Germany. I'd normally know his name, but I don't at the moment. But, you know, whatever. We need some gay athlete that's like the equivalent of that fucking beats all the Russians. And it's like, yeah, you got beaten by one of our fucking genetically superior gay people, you fucking Russian morons. Take that shit. You know, that's how you do that. You gotta go Rocky IV on the ass. Have you ever tried to play games like Skyrim or Battlefield 3? No. Well, I guess Fallout is like Skyrim, at least. They run on the same fucking engine and shit. So I guess I've played Fallout, so it's sort of similar. What do you think about all the blame going towards violent video games? Do you think it's justified, or is there ever a little truth to it? You know, I don't think that there's any connection. I think maybe there might be connection in like limited instances where someone has, you know, mental problems and maybe a difficulty discerning reality from fantasy, and maybe then it could exacerbate it. But that's such an isolated case compared to the real causes of violence, which are, you know, argued about, and, you know, I don't think anyone could seriously suggest, even if you could just like suggest that, like, oh, violent video games lead to violence, I don't think you could really ever make the claim that that is the cause. I don't think that's intellectually tenable, like that it's a major cause of violence. I think there are so many more plausible factors to blame. So at the very worst, it would just be a little, maybe one more drop of fuel on a fucking huge fire. Certainly not anywhere near the first thing we should look at or address. And my personal feeling is that even if there is some sort of connection there, freedom of speech is more important than, you know, censorship for the sake of saving a handful of lives from crimes that haven't even happened. There's always going to be some negative consequences to every action. People try to come up with solutions that work for every single person. It's just not feasible. What do you think about all of the blame going towards... Oh, I already read that one. Would you rather have a three-way between Carl Sagan, Neil deGrasse Tyson, and Charles Darwin? Oh. Carl Sagan and Neil deGrasse Tyson, Charles Darwin and Isaac Newton, Hitler and Stalin, or Jesus and Muhammad? Well, that's a tough one. Let me think about these individually. Okay, if I had a three-way with Carl Sagan and Neil deGrasse Tyson... Well, Carl Sagan's dead, so I'm assuming that, I could pick, like, whatever version of Carl Sagan. That'd be weird, because it'd be a skinny white dude and a fucking kind of chubby black dude, so, you'd have to have some kind of like a... I don't know. You kind of have to have, like, a vanilla swirl thing going on. Charles Darwin and Isaac Newton, definitely not. I see them in my mind, and they just, no. There's nothing there. Hitler and Stalin, they got the power thing going on. I guess the power thing's kind of cool. Jesus and Muhammad, you got the whole angle of, pissing off the religious folk. Because that would definitely piss off every religious person if I fucking had sex with Jesus and Muhammad. So I think I'd probably do that one, just because it'd be the most fun in terms of long-ranging consequences. I bet people would abandon their faiths over that. Like, I used to think Jesus was my savior. Now I see he's just a pervert. What are your thoughts on objective morality / ethics? I'm not determined my position on that, absolutely. Well, no one should ever develop their position absolutely on anything, but I haven't even come close to deciding what I believe about that. I don't think that there's any terrific case that's been made so far for an objective moral code. There's nothing that convinces me, personally. But I'm not... I think that, as science becomes more and more advanced, as, it starts to tackle more and more concepts that were once the realm of theology and philosophy, it could come to the point where we're able to objectively determine which actions will have the most objectively desirable outcome to the most possible parties. I'm sure weigh that against 1,000 or 1 billion fucking variables. But I mean, that it would be such a complicated thing, it would be useless for most practical purposes. And, even if there was proven to be an objective moral code, like, here is the objective moral code that we must follow. Well, what are we going to do? You think we're going to follow the objective moral code? We're humanity. You're fucking stupid if you think we're going to follow the objective moral code. You could fucking discover it all day long. It's still not going to settle the questions about morality, because people are always going to argue that there's an ineffable quality to it. And I think people are always going to be right. What are your thoughts on the bell curve? I don't fucking care. I rejected all that shit a long time ago. If feminists decided a lack of tits was part of male privilege and patriarchy and managed to successfully lobby for a law forcing all men to get silicone implants or go on female hormones, well, I wouldn't have to because I already have tits, but would you be a conscientious objector and protest?